Hello and welcome to day 2 of 30 Days of Networking. I'm Susie Daphnis of the Australian Businesswomen's Network. Today we're looking at who to follow and who follows you. On Twitter, who you follow and who follows you are your Twitter network. So today we'll look at how to expand your network through your followers. Firstly, who should you follow? In face-to-face or offline networking, who you have in your network is sometimes determined by the networks you belong to and the events you attend. Twitter is a very different networking environment. Firstly, you can pretty much follow anyone and anyone can follow you. Everyone that follows you, and even those that don't, can see your tweets. So, who do we want to network with? I like to search for people I admire, and that could be an author, an industry leader, or it could be a mainstream business publication that I follow. Or I could go to search.twitter.com, type in a keyword that I'm interested in, see who's talking about that subject. For instance, I'm interested in business mentoring, so I could go there, enter the keyword, see what conversations are going on, and respond to those conversations. I can then follow those people if they seem interesting to me, and they may even follow me back. Another thing you can do is use a service like Twitter Grader. They're at twittergrader.com, and they grade the top Twitter users in your area. Some of these top-ranking Twitter users have a lot of followers, but that doesn't mean you'll enjoy what they tweet about, so you can always unfollow them. Now, the more people that follow you on Twitter, the more people you can share information with about your business. I'm often asked, how many followers should I have? And there's a bit of a myth that more is better. It's definitely not. A lot of followers who don't care about you and your message is not a good thing. You won't get the desired response from your tweets if those following you are not really interested in what you have to say. It's a bit like sending out an email to a list of people who have their hand on the delete button. A targeted group of followers is much more powerful if you're going to network effectively. So, say you do want more followers because you're just getting started, then how do you get more followers? Well, you'll probably at some point be approached by someone with a promise to help you get thousands of followers. Beware. And think about, why would you want thousands of followers? You really want to network and build relationships with those with whom you can exchange ideas, random bits of information, and resources. Many of the members of the Australian Businesswomen's Network follow me, and I do my best to feed to them on a regular basis resources and information that will help them grow their business. I mix up my tweets between business and personal, and that way those following me get to experience me on more than one dimension. So if you want your customers to follow you so that you can keep them up to date with new products and services that you have available, then add your Twitter name to your website, your email footer, your newsletters. I even have it on my business card. I just want to explain something I mentioned earlier, and that is that even those that don't follow you can see your tweets. If I search for a name, say that of a competitor, I can see what it is they're tweeting, whether I'm following them or not. Now, the only time that won't happen is if they've set their profile to private, which is not a really good idea if you want to encourage networking. You may also notice that you have people who you've never met following you. But who are these people and why are they stalking you? Firstly, it could be that you've said something that they're interested in, and so they're following you to see whether you're someone that they could do business with. For instance, I follow a lot of thought leaders who don't know me, but they're in the area of marketing and business, and because I'm interested in what they have to say, I'm following them. So I may at times engage in conversation with them, but I'm really looking to them as a resource. With Twitter, sometimes your network picks you, and sure, you can block someone who may be a spammer or who you don't want to network with, but generally, if someone wants to follow you, let them. Unless they become an annoyance, then who knows, maybe one day they'll turn into a client. Online networking is very public, so remember that whatever it is that you tweet remains out there in the public timeline, pretty much forever. There's 2 tasks for today. The first is to search for and find at least one new person to follow. You can always look at who I'm following for some ideas, but remember when I first started on Twitter, I pretty much followed everyone who followed me, and I no longer do that. The second is to add your Twitter name to your email footer or some other place where your customers will see it. And don't worry if you haven't got your Twitter strategy down and you're still learning. Just go ahead and get started. And remember, it's fun to stand back and watch, but two-way conversations are much more fun. And, well, networking does involve two-way conversations. Be sure to tweet at least once today and use the hashtag #30DNet to allow us to keep track of your Twitter conversations. Until tomorrow, happy networking.